Welcome back to another video. So this discussion between you and I is going to be about what my homeschooling looks like, right? So if you see me looking over, I'm just looking at my notes, so bear with me. I did not want to forget any of this information that I wanted to share with you all today. So thanks for joining me. So what homeschooling looks like for us is this. My son is enrolled in school full-time, in public school full-time. Our school district is excellent. We're an A-rated school district, so I decided, hey, go ahead, enroll him full-time. Both me and my husband are full-time employees. We work from the morning until late afternoon between 4 and 5 p.m. We have to report to work by 7:30, and I think for him it's 8. It might be 7:30 as well, a.m. Monday through Friday. We both get one full day off every 2 weeks. So we alternate what those days are. We are never off on the same day. And that not only helps us with having a full day available during the week for homeschooling, but it also assists with when we make doctor's appointments or if we're going out of town or something like that. Okay, so again, our children are enrolled in school full-time. We both work full-time jobs from morning to late afternoon, and we both get one day off every 2 weeks, and we alternate those days. Again, they're not on the same day. So how do we homeschool? Well, some people may call this homeschool. Some people may call this, oh, you tutor your child. Some people may say, oh, you're a hybrid, you have a hybrid learner, or you're part-time schooling, or your summer homeschooling. To me, it doesn't really matter what you call it. I don't care if you want to refer to me as a tutor to my child, or a part-time schooler, or a whatever. I homeschool my child based on my definition. My definition of homeschooling is teaching your child where? At home. And it doesn't necessarily have to be at home. You can teach your child at the park. It can be anywhere you like, right? So by my definition, I homeschool my child, and I homeschool my children year round, okay, on a part-time basis, again, because my son goes to school full-time. Right now, he's in the 4th grade. He's in elementary school, okay? So what happens before I go to work and after we come from work? Before I go to work, I focus on my 18-month-old daughter, okay? So my son does his morning routine, and then he catches the bus to go to school, or one of us drops him off to school on our way to work, right? And so back to my 18-month-old. So if I have to be at work by 7:30, then she's up, let's say 6 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't take long to get her ready in the morning. It only takes 10 to 20 minutes a day to homeschool or tot school your younger kids, your preschool age kids, right? So she goes through her numbers. Currently, we're doing numbers 0 to 10. We go through her shapes, her colors. We do flashcards for her phonetic sounds of the alphabet. We do the weather. We do her name recognition. That in itself takes about 5 to 7 minutes. And I have a few videos in which I show you how I do this. So if I remember, I'll link them in the description below. But if I don't remember to do that, please go and look at the playlist where you can kind of see how we do our daily learning routine with the toddler. Okay, so she's done for the day. Well, she's done so far for the day. So when we come back from work, right, everyone comes home, and then we kind of get relaxed for, a few minutes, 30 minutes or so. And then I go ahead and homeschool my son. If he has homework at school, he does that first. He's a very independent learner. We have gotten him to become that type of learner. So he's able to finish his regular schoolwork, and then we go over that together, and then we go into homeschool. Every single day has a focus of the day, whether it be for my toddler or whether it be for my son. I will create videos, so look back at my playlist if it's not already there, of how we create focus of the days and what we do in those days. So if the focus of the day today, let's say, was reading comprehension, that means after his schoolwork, he has a reading comprehension assignment. He reads a story, he has a few questions about it, and then he has to finish that assignment, and then we check it together. And we also have strategies during the reading comprehension as an example. So some of the strategies for reading comprehension, he has to make sure he underlines the directions in the instructions that help him understand how he is supposed to answer those questions. He underlines key facts within the question itself. As he reads the story, he breaks the story up into paragraphs, numbers those paragraphs, creates a summary of each of those paragraphs on the margins of the paper. And when he goes and answers the multiple choice questions, he has to put an X on all of the answers that he knows for a fact isn't the answer. And then he puts a question mark on all of the answers that he thinks may be a potential answer for that question. And then once he decides which answer it is, he bubbles in the correct answer, and then he has to write what paragraph number he found that answer from, right? So that's an example of what we do for reading comprehension. If we're doing math, we may do fast facts, we may do a few activities or games focused on fast facts, or he may do worksheets for math, depending on what's going on in school. I like to tailor his homeschooling work with what he's learning in school and what he's about to learn in the next few weeks in school, so he is ahead of the school schedule. So that's what we do, for example, during the week on a focus of the day. Our focus of the day for my elementary age son is math, reading comprehension, writing. We do logic. We have science. We have history. We do basically all of the same subjects that he's doing in school, and it's just to reinforce what he's learning in school, or to enhance what he's learning in school, or to help him master whatever he's learning, or to get him to that next level, that next grade level specifically. So that's what I do with my son after school during the week. Those days that he has some type of extracurricular activity, may it be at school or outside of the school, more than likely he doesn't have a homeschooling day. So currently with his schedule, 2 days a week, he is doing an extracurricular activity. So on those days, we don't really have a schedule for homeschool. It's basically come home, do your homework, get ready for practice. When you come home after practice, you can hang out, chill, do your games, whatever you want to do, right? If he happens not to have homework during those practice days, then of course we'll incorporate homeschool stuff. So that's how we do homeschooling for my son during the week. So let's go back. After I come from work, or my husband comes from work, for my toddler, we do her focus of the day, normally before bedtime, before dinner, after dinner, or something like that. So if you look back at my videos, her focus of the days are normally, one day is colors, one day is shapes, one day is fine motor skills, one day is writing in numbers, letter of the week. Another day is logic and puzzles. So based on what her focus of the day is, in the evening time, we take about 5 to 10 minutes to do those activities. And they're usually, more than likely, they're always hands-on activities that she loves to do. And if we allow her, she'll do it for a whole hour, but we keep it to a minimum. So that's how we do it after work. So on the weekends, what does it look like? On the weekends, it's the same thing. We still have focus of the day. For the toddler, her learning is 15 to 20 minutes. That's it for the day. And for my son on the weekends, he may have 1 to 2 hours of homeschool. Again, we tailor it to what he's doing in school, and then we challenge him and go further into what he's learning in school, or we do a totally different topic that he's not even on in school. So, for example, math. They're not doing, sixth grade algebra in the fourth grade, but he does, for example, sixth grade algebra on the weekend. Does he get it right all the time? Absolutely not. But the point of me giving that type of challenging work to him is for those thinking, those analytical skills. So we're not only learning how to do sixth grade algebra just to do it. No, we're doing it so that he understands how to think. He understands how to put things in order. He understands how to be analytical. He's learning how to be independent. How do you figure it out yourself? What resources can I use around me to figure out the answer? So he's learning so many things within that one topic, right? So for my son, again, on the weekends, it's 1 to 2 hours of homeschool, whatever the focus may be for that time period. Now, let's talk about holidays. When they have spring break, winter break, or any kind of extended break from their regular school, it's the same thing. The schedule is the same because me and my husband still work full time. So the schedule remains the same as if it was during the regular school year. However, when he goes to camp during that time, like a day camp or something, he's getting work. So he's going to have at least maybe half a day of work to do for whatever the subjects are. And then once he's done, he can go ahead and play and have fun and have a good time when he's at day camp. So we do that during the extended breaks that he may have at school. So now let's talk about summer. Well, what do we do in the summer? Well, again, me and my husband, we still have to work full time. So during the summer, when he's at day camp or a sport camp or whatever camp he's in, depending on what type of camp it is, he may or may not have homeschool for that particular week or for that particular day. So let's say he's at a sports camp. At a sports camp, they're usually busy from the time they get there to the time they leave. So it doesn't make any sense to give him any work to go to that camp with, right? But let's say he's at a regular day camp where it's just fun, which is okay. He'll have whatever his assignments are that he would have done if I wasn't working and he would have been doing it at home. He has those same assignments in his folder, in his book bag, and he's heading off to camp, right? The day camp. So the counselors know me already and they know how I like to do this. So they will have him sit down and do his work. And I noticed that a lot of other parents did the same thing too. But he would go into a little room or a classroom with the other kids who have assignments that their parents are giving them. And he does his assignments, whether it be a writing assignment, a math assignment, a history assignment, whether it be a science project that he's putting something together, regardless of what it is, he gets it done there. And then when he comes home, we'll go ahead and we will check those things together. And if something was confusing or if he didn't understand something or he needed help, he knows to skip the problem or tag the problem, and then he would get it corrected, or I would help him when he came home. Let me go ahead and continue recording here. Okay. So that's what we do during the summer. He gets his assignments and he does them wherever he is during the day. When he's done, he puts it in his folders, puts it in his book bag, puts his book bag up, and he is on to the races. He's playing for the rest of the day. What he tells me is that when he gets to the camp, He likes to get to the work. So he normally gets his stuff done in 2.5 hours, and then he has 6 hours to just hang out and play and have a good time, rather than playing and having a good time first and then doing the work and rushing because it's almost at the end of the day, or not feeling like he wants to do it towards the end of the day because he's having so much fun. So he does it in the morning as soon as he gets there. So to me, he has learned responsibility. And he's also learned how to prioritize, skills that he was taught without me telling him how to do it or what to do. He was doing those things. So that's how we do it during the summer. We play lots of games, we have activities, and during the time in which I take my week vacation for focusing on homeschool, or those days that I'm off once every 2 weeks, or my husband is off every 2 weeks, those are our one-on-one days. Those are the days where I'm giving lots of instruction for the next week, right? Remember, I said that between me and my husband, we each get 1 day off every 2 weeks. So on those days that we get off, those days are normally hands-on activities, doing work together. We are outside doing our work. So instead of staying cooped up in the home on the kitchen table or dining room table, we may go to the bookstore and do homeschool. We may go outside to the park and do homeschool. We may sit on the steps or the backyard and do homeschool for that day. And that's the day that I'm giving a lot of instruction. I'm doing a lot of teaching on those days. I also do a lot of instruction and teaching on the weekends as well. So that's how we do our homeschool. Again, some people may call it part-time homeschool. Some people may call it, oh, you're tutoring your child only. You're not really homeschooling. Some people may say, oh, no, you're homeschooling. Some people may call this a hybrid. Again, definitions doesn't really matter to me. All I know is that I am I'm assisting his teachers and ensuring that he understands what they're teaching, and that he is gaining worthwhile skills that can be used in their classroom and in life in general, and that I am helping my son master his skills and giving him an ability to propel to the next level, learning beyond his grade level, challenging him to think, challenging him to communicate, challenging him to be resourceful and to be an independent learner, taking his interest and including it within our homeschooling journey. And my son literally has asked me a few times, not probably once a month, he asked me, can you just take me out of school? Maybe you should just get a part-time job or quit your job and just homeschool me, because I learn so much more at home than I'm learning at school. Go figure. He wants to be homeschooled full time, but mommy and daddy has to pay those bills, honey. So we can't just do that. So this is our way of giving him what he needs, what he's asking for, what he wants, and also being able to meet those things that parents have to meet, like paying bills, putting food on the table, putting a roof over your head, clothing on your back, and things of that nature. So it's like killing two birds with one stone, I would say. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, the purpose of this video was to basically explain how we homeschool, how we do it as full-time parents. Again, it's taking the responsibility as a parent and teaching your kids at home. You don't have to do a full curriculum like I do, reading, math, science, government, social studies, economics, life skills. We incorporate a lot. But even if it's just starting with a subject that you realize that your child is not the best at, may it be math, science, reading comprehension, grammar, writing, whatever it is, start there. And start helping your child after school or on the weekends, for starters. And then once you are comfortable with it, then go ahead and Try it in the summer or on the extended vacations that your children have from school. Start somewhere. That's the point, right? Start somewhere. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you found at least one thing useful. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with others. And until we meet again in another video, as always, make it a great day.